Hey everyone, welcome to Sanketik live classes. Today in this session, we are going to learn a very important concept. Until now, we have written Playwright program as a standalone Python scripts. But in real-time automation projects, we don't usually work with standalone scripts. Instead, we use a testing framework. Instead, we use a testing framework. Today, we will install Pytest and begin building our Playwright automation framework. Begin building our Playwright automation framework. So in the previous class, we created our first Playwright automation test. Yes, 1 second, I will open that one. Okay. So in the previous class, we created our first Playwright automation test and we learned how to open a website, retrieve the page title and URL, and validate the title using an assertion. Validate the title using an assertion. Okay. So that helped us understand the basics of Playwright. Now it's time to organize our automation code the way it's done in real software projects. Okay. So it's time to organize our automation code. Automation code the way it's done in real automation framework or real automation testing. Okay. First of all, we have to know about what is a framework. What is a framework? Okay. So first, I will write the title for our today's class. So in the previous class, we had learned about validation and how to use assertions in the script, and we are validated whether the test passes or test fails. Okay. And this is the program we have written in the previous class without any PyTest, without any Pytest or framework. Now we are going to write the code with the framework. Okay. So today's title is 1 second. Today's class is about Playwright with Python. Okay. Install Pytest and create your first automation framework. Okay. Playwright with Python. Install Pytest and create your automation first automation framework. This is our today's class. So first we are going to learn about what is a framework. So a framework, what is framework? Framework is a structured way of organizing automation scripts. Framework is a structured way of organizing a framework is a structured way of organizing automation scripts. A framework is structured way of organizing automation scripts. Okay, so it is telling that but in that standalone Python scripts does not contain any structured format, but here we are keeping everything our script in the structured format. Okay, instead of keeping everything in one Python file, we organize our projects into folders and files. Okay, we organize our projects into folders and files. So we are, in our system, in our personal systems or personal computer also, we used to organize our personal things according to the folders and files, right? In the same way, here also, we are going to give the code uh, in a structured format. Okay, we are giving the code in a structured format. Okay, so as a project grows, it makes it easier to maintain, reuse, and execute our automation steps. So one of the most popular testing framework for Python is Pytest. So here, which framework we are going to use? Pytest. We are going to use Pytest. Why? Because it is the most popular testing framework. Okay, and most companies using Playwright with Python use Pytest to execute and manage their automation steps. Okay, or test. Okay, Python, Pytest to execute and manage their automation test. So from today onwards, we will continue this course using Pytest framework. We will continue this course by using Pytest framework. Okay, so first of all, what we have to do for this building our designing a framework is, first we have to open the Playwright project that we created in the previous class. So where we have created the project in previous class. See, 1 second. Where, see here, 1 second. See, earlier we have created this folder for our automation testing. Okay, now here we are also creating one more folder called play. I have already created that folder. So I had named that as Playwright framework. I named that as Playwright framework. Okay. So if you want to open the same kind of folder here, if you want to open the terminal here for that one, then first we have to go to terminal, and then we have to click on Control plus, yeah, negotiation. Okay, Control plus negotiation. It will open the terminal. Okay. First of all, we had opened the project folder here. Okay, this is the project folder, and later we had opened the terminal in VS Code. Okay, this is the terminal. Okay, we can also open the terminal by using here. Okay, so if you click on this, terminal will open, or if you click on again, it will close. Okay, terminal is opened. Okay, next. So this terminal opens inside our project folder. Okay, we will execute all installation and text execution commands here. We will execute all installation and text execution commands here. Next. So here, from here, what we have to do is we have to install the Pytest. We have to install the Pytest. How we are going to install the Pytest is, first in the terminal, if you give pip install, pip, install Pytest. Just 3 words. Okay. Pip install Pytest. Then if you after giving this, if you click on enter, then it will automatically install. Okay, I have already installed, so that's why I'm showing here. So if you give pip install pytest, then the packages will install like this. Okay, so we have to wait till until the installation completes successfully. Okay, next, after installing the pytest, we have to verify whether the pytest is installed successfully or not. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is here, from here, we have to give, like in the terminal I'm giving pytest hyphen version. Okay, see here, pytest, it is showing the version. Okay, 9.0.2. This is the latest version which I have downloaded. Okay, if we if you can see the pytest version, then the installation has completed successfully. That means that the installation or pytest has installed successfully. Okay, next, from inside our project, we have to create one new folder. Okay, so then after installing the pytest, then we have to go for our project folder. So here I had created one folder called playwright with for playwright framework. So from this, here I had created another folder called tests. Okay, I have created another folder called tests. Okay, the test folder stores all our automation test cases. This folder will stores all our automation test cases. As we continue this course, we will gradually and more folders. Okay, we will gradually add more folders such as pages, utilities, reports, whatever it may be. Either it may be a test data and configuration. All will store in this particular folder. Okay. Next, inside the test folder, we have to create one new Python file. Okay, for that we have to go to VS Code. Okay, from here I had already created. We have already this. We had opened the Playwright framework, right? So from here, we can also create from here. Okay, so here we have to give like a test. Whatever, if you want, whatever the file name you want to give, we can give. That is like see here, Pytest for suppose dot py. Okay, like that we have to give. 1 second. Let me test dot py. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so now here I had given the file name as test underscore uh, title dot py, test underscore title dot py. Okay, next, for now we will create only one test file because we have developed only one automation test so far. We have developed only one automation test so far. As we automate more applications features like login, search, registration, and payment, we will create separate test files for each module. We will create separate test files for each module like login, search, payment, registration, whatever it may be. Okay. Next, so from here, we have written the code in the previous class, right? So we can copy that code. Okay. We can copy the Playwright program from the previous class into this file. Okay, we can copy the Playwright program from the previous class into this file. Okay, so whatever we have written in the previous class is, see, this is what we have given in the previous class. Okay, see, from here, what we have to do is, in after the first line, we have to give and one more line, like we are going to define one function for the Pytest. Okay, so that function name is called diff test, defining a function diff test underscore verify dot title, verify dot title. Okay, so now we can copy the entire script from here. Okay, and give that in that folder whatever we had given, right? One second. Yeah, so here, this is the code we have written in the last class. But now in this class, we had just added only one line, and we had added everything in a particular structured manner. Okay. So everything, this code is comes under in this function. Okay. Now we can copy that file, I mean that code from there, and here we can paste. Okay. Now we can save here. Okay. Later in PyTest, text function should start with the test underscore. Okay. So once can see here. See here. So in PyTest, test functions should start with the test underscore. That's why we had given test underscore. So it will tells us that it is the PyTest we have to run. Okay. And so, and also this allows PyTest to automatically identify and execute the test. So it will automatically identify and it will execute the text. Next, how to execute this script? How to execute the script? So here, if you simply click on the run button, it won't run. I mean, it will run, but it will takes that as a normal Python code, not as a Pytest code. There is a difference between Python code and Pytest code, right? Pytest is limited to automation testing, but Python code is normal code. Okay, so if you click on run button, it will consider as that as a Python code. But if you want to run that as a Pytest code, then we have to give here Pytest. Come to terminal and we have to give like a Pytest hyphen v. Pytest underscore Pytest space hyphen v. Now you can click on enter. See, the code is executing. Okay, the site has opened. It is waiting for some time. Then closed. See what test case is passed. Test case is passed. Okay. So it is also validated our page title as well. That's why this title, this page and this title is same. That's why it has the test case as passed. Okay. So if you give pytest and space hyphen b, then pytest automatically searches for files starting with the test underscore and executes function start with the test underscore. Okay. Next, the -v option stands for verbose. Okay, -v option stands for, so here we are given -v, right? So it stands for verbose, and which displays detailed execution information. It is used to display detailed execution information. Okay, so now you will notice that PyTest starts execution. It discards the test file automatically. It executes the text function, and also Chrome browsers opened, website loaded successfully, and the adjustments discuss is also passed. It is showing like passed. Next, we can also observe the browser also closed. Browser also closed. Finally, you will see one passed in the terminal. Okay, one passed in the terminal within 8.86 seconds. Okay, okay. Let me write the running notes for this one. So here, what we have to write here is 1 second. Give me a second. Sorry. So here, PyTest is the most popular testing framework for Python automation. PyTest is the most popular testing framework for Python automation. Next thing, we have to write like real-time projects use frameworks instead of standalone scripts. And PyTest automatically discovers and execute the test cases. PyTest automatically discovers and executes test cases. PyTest automatically discovers and executes test cases. Okay. And what are the installation commands we have used for this is installation commands. So first one is pip install PyTest. Pip install PyTest. Next, PyTest hyphen version. Sorry, we don't need to give space. PyTest hyphen version. Okay. Next, The folder structure is look like this. Okay, here. One second. Okay, pytest.catchy test pycatchy test.py. This is the folder structure, and this is the Playwright framework. Okay, so naming conversions. So if the I will copy the code as well. This is the code. So here test underscore. This will tells us that it is the automation testing code. Okay. For executing test, what we have executed, how we are executed is we execute by using pytest-v. Pytest-view. So in interview point of view, they may ask why is PyTest used in automation testing? Why PyTest is used in automation testing? So we have to tell at the time that it will organize test cases and automatically discover test cases, execute tests efficiently, and it supports fixtures and framework development, and also it is widely used in real-time Playwright projects. It's also widely used in real-time automation Playwright projects. So here I will write those things as well. Why is PyTest used in automation testing? First one, it organizes. Just follow as of now. If you're not unable to understand, you can able to understand by these things in our upcoming sessions. Okay. Second thing is automatically discuss tests. Tests. Next, execute test efficiently. Execute tests efficiently. Efficiently. Execute tests efficiently. Okay. Next, it also supports. Sorry. Supports fixtures and framework development. Framework development. And the final one we have to remember is widely used in real-time Playwright. Real-time Playwright projects. Real-time widely used in real-time Playwright projects. Okay, so this is about today's class. In next class, uh, we can understand about Pytest.ini configure your automation framework. Okay, how to configure automation framework and all. Okay, today we have successfully taken our first step. Okay, first step towards building a real-time Playwright automation framework. Okay, we have installed Pytest and also created our framework folder structure and executed our first Playwright test using Pytest. Executed our first Playwright test using Pytest. In the next class, we will learn about Pytest.ini and understand how to configure our automation framework. How to configure our automation framework. Practice today's steps carefully, and continue learning step by step with Sanketik live classes. Sanketik live class. Please do like, share, and subscribe for our upcoming sessions. Thanks for watching. See you in next session. See you in next session.